Hello everyone, welcome to another video tutorial of the Ordinary Gift Limited. In this video, I'm going to show you how to do layer masking in Adobe Photoshop. Layer masking can be used to merge two images together to create any kind of beautiful image that you want. For instance, in this image you're looking at, in this picture you're looking at, I used a hallway and also an image of a main road, an image of a road. You can see the road there and the sky. I'm also in this tutorial, I'm also going to show you how I did this watermarks, how I added this watermarks to this image. So at the end of this tutorial, if you find it interesting, please click the like button and also please subscribe to this channel. So let's get started. Let's get started by first of all creating a new project. You go to File, click on New. So here we're going to use this um, custom size, Photoshop size of 1920 by 1080 pixel. So we're going to click on it and you simply click create. So we have to first of all remove this grid sign. You go to view and go to clear guides. So this is actually a transparent background in Photoshop. Okay, I like using this transparent background because it's more easy for you to save your artwork or whatever you're doing in as a PNG format so that you can easily use it in another image or in another project. So we'll start first of all by importing our first image that we're going to use as our background, which is the hallway. So if you go to File, you go to Place Embed. So this is the hallway. You click on Place. So what you have to do is to hold the Control key and click so that we could make it to be the size of this background. So you're using Control Shift, Control click. By using Control key, click, it helps you to transform this shape to be the exact shape of the background that we're using. So, this serves as a background. So what I usually do is to lock the background, the first layer. So in order, because whenever you want to work on another layer and you know that the first layer is going to be static, the best thing to do is to lock that first layer. So how to lock that is you make sure you click here, you click the layer, and as the layer is highlighted, you click on this lock and it's locked. So the next thing for us to do now is to import our second image, which is the road image. So you go to File, go to Place Embed. So this is the image you're going to work with. So because our target is for us to use mostly the sky in this image and this road in this image, so what we have to do is we don't need to extend this image to be the actual width of the first background that we have. So what we have to do is to just use your control click. So this is basically it. I'm going to leave it this way. So here in this second image, we are not going to lock it. So what we have to do is to mask it. So in order to do that, so in order to use masking, I mean to create mask on this image, in order to merge these two images together and be able to delete some part that we don't want, the first thing we have to do is to make sure that the image that we want to edit, some part of it, I mean, is highlighted, and you come here and click on add layer mask. Okay, so adding this layer mask will enable us to edit this image, this road image on top of the main background. So now that we've added layer mask, the next thing to do is to you make sure that this layer mask is highlighted. How you know it's highlighted is because it's the borders. Make sure that this border here is white color. Like for instance, if it's not highlighted, let's click on the main image on itself. So have you seen that this one is highlighted with this border? So in order for you to ensure that you're editing the right image, you need to make sure that it's highlighted. So now that this layer has like this newly added layer mask has been highlighted, the next thing we have to do is let's start editing our image. So what we have to do is to come to this brush tool. We click on this brush tool, come here and select the size that you want. Because the area that we want to edit is big, so we could just increase the size a little bit and make the hardness. Like for instance, I let my hardness to be 39% and the size of the brush to be 70 pixel. You don't need to bother so much about this. I don't really bother so much about it, but you could just try and select it one after the other to play around with it, maybe whenever you have time, to see how how effective these brushes are. There are different kinds of brushes, so I don't really like bothering about it. So after increasing this size, so the next thing we have to do is to make sure that here that the black, you set the background, the foreground color to black. Whenever you want to edit, I mean to erase something from an image, to edit an image, to erase something from an image, you make sure that this foreground color is set to black. Because if it's set to white, that means you're not editing, you're replacing what you've already edited. So now that this has been set to black, let's start editing our image immediately. So we start here. As you're editing, you'll be noticing that your background, the main background, is not being edited. Is coming up. The main background is coming up. Okay. So I actually don't want to edit everything completely because I still want to keep this road sign, this road mark. Okay. Yeah. So I think this is okay for now. So the next thing you have to do is to edit this part, to show the fence. I mean to show the wall of the hallway. So you can just play around it. You can just keep playing around it. any part. Like for instance, I think I've over deleted what I wanted to delete. I need to. So what I have to do is just to turn this foreground color to white. Okay, you come back. That's it. So anytime you think you've edited more than you actually think you need to, it's either you do Control Z or you set the foreground color back to white. So have you seen we brought back our image? The same thing applies here. So I think I don't need this. What I have to do is to you have to make it to actually be extend to the main road, to extend to the outside. Yeah, the you make the walls to extend to the outside. So in the next thing you would like to do is if you want to increase the size of the image you're editing, probably you feel that the image is too small. The only thing you have to do is you click away from the layer mask that you added and click on the image itself. Once you click on the image itself, you ensure that it's highlighted and you use Ctrl T to highlight the image. So here we need to, because I want the sky every part, to cover every part of this image. I mean, to have a unique sky, you see, just like this. Okay, so you hold your control key while you click. So after you click outside and you go back to your layer mask, you keep editing. So let's make our edges a little bit sharp. So we need to extend the wall of this side. So you need to change this to black and so that the wall can cover some part of the tree. So we need to bring it to the same level with the other side of the wall. So you need to make the edges to be sharp this side also, like we did in the other one. So I think this pretty is. Are they the same level? The walls? Okay, I think I need to erase one more level of the wall here. Like to be the same height with the other side of the wall. Good. So that's it. It's just all about layer masking. The next thing we are going to do now is to go to this selection tool. The next thing we're going to do now is to create our watermark rather, to place it on this image. So what watermark does is it prevents people from using your image without giving credit to you who actually um owns the image. And I actually like using that because sometimes whenever you have an artwork that you have to release on the internet, and you know how powerful the social media is, people could share it, keep sharing it, and before you know it, someone will just copy your work without giving credit to you and use it to design his or her work. That's not good. That's not professional. So I like using watermarks in some of my images, in most of my artwork that I cherish so much. So let me show you how to um, design a watermark that we're going to place on this image. So first of all, we have to go to File, we create a new file of any size you want. Like I can use this 5 by 2 centimeter. I just need a very little, small size file. So now that we've created that size, you just go to your pen tool, your type tool rather, and you could type whatever. Like in my own case, I'm going to type my company name, which is the ordinary gift, and you change the color. You come here, you see this white color because the text is written in white. You change it to black or whatever color you feel you want to change it to. Sorry, I'm meant to highlight this, so you change it to black. Okay, you click OK. So that's it. And let's bring it to the center. So one part is now yet highlighted. We still need to change this part to black color. So it's now highlighted. So you now, after writing with your type tool, you come here and change the letters. If you come here and change make sure it's highlighted. So we need to highlight it here. So it's highlighted now. Um, you come here and change whatever font you want to. You want it to appear in. You could use bold font, any kind of font if you so let's use okay, let's use this area. Let's use this area black. Now that we've used this area black, I think this size is okay. Or feel free to use any size of the watermark that you want. So you have to change it um, as PNG using a transparent background. So you come here, you go to export, you go to save for web legacy. That's what I usually use. So you see this background, you see this transparent background because our preset is set to PNG 24. If you set it to JPEG, it's going to change into a white background, and that's not what we want because we want this to serve as a watermark. Okay, so we change it to, and one more thing, you could change the color. Let me change this color. Let me change it because the where I'm going to place it is kind of a dark background. So if I use black, it's not going to be noticeable. So what I have to do is I change this color to something gold, I mean dark yellow. So good. Now that we've changed it, we now continue to save our file. So you go to export, save for web legacy. You save it with whatever name you want to. So for instance, let's use watermark. It's taking a few minutes to do this thing. We come back to our, this is our file, this is our image. We have to place it here. We come to place embed. Um, so that's it. You click on place. So that's the watermark. So you can, for instance, let's put our own here. I want to put mine here. You put control, control click. That's it. That's our watermark. So this is our watermark. And that's it. So finally, we've used the layer mask to merge two images together. I mean, we used one main background which we didn't alter. Remember what we did was to lock that first background, which was the hallway. The second one is the road, and this road. Sometimes some people don't like, people. I purposely left this path here because sometimes people don't like seeing like people images there. I left this because this is actually not the face of the people in this image are not recognizable. They won't be recognized. So I purposely left it there. But otherwise, you could feel free to use your eraser, your I think is your erase tool. Yeah, eraser tool to just simply delete it, and that's it. So if you find this video interesting, please click the like button and subscribe to our channel. I now know that at the end of this tutorial, you can now be able to comfortably use your um, type tool one. You could use your layer mask, and you can also use your pen tool to mesh two images together. Thank you for watching. Bye.